Welcome to Facebook for the Blind, your look at the downfall of Western civilization through the best memes we can find each week. Ladies and gentlemen, both and neither, welcome to that time of the week we like to celebrate Facebook for the Blind, a show for the visually and Facebook impaired. I am your never humble host, Sizemore, dialing it in from East Central Illinois from the middle of a cornfield, and I channel my rage through memes on this show. I am joined in this endeavor by my beautiful co-host, Quiet Michael.
Eric?
And we're going to have some funny memes for you. But first, a patented, trademark, copyrighted, absolutely essential aspect of every single show. You know it. You love it. I'm talking about
The depressing news.
The depressing news. But first, our cool logo. How cool is that? Isn't that great? I love it. Yeah, depressing news.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Why is it not working? Oh, why are you not working? Oh, for fuck's... Why? Oh my God, it wants me to draw, and I don't want to draw.
We stepped up the depression this time.
Woo! Dude, oh my God, that was a traumatic news intro, even for me. I'm doing it for ages. Freaking crazy. Yeah, just want to tell you, here at Facebook for the Blind, depressing news, we go the extra mile. We read beyond the headline. Sometimes
we play the music twice.
Sometimes we even like read the second headline, you know, like the first sentence even. Everybody's basically talking about the Epstein file still, which is hilarious because we were talking about this last week. Congressional memo has some Republicans. Trump's shift on Epstein is just the latest breach. House Democrats have pushed for a hearing on the Jeffrey Epstein case amid a GOP rift, and they are forcing them to vote on it. Republicans are saying, no, don't release anything. And Democrats are going, are you seeing this? So that's kind of funny. Yeah, the House GOP just blocked the second Democratic attempt to release the Epstein files. So that's, you know, fun. Hegseth has got into it with a guy from Doge, which I think is pretty fun. I mean, finally, they got around to cutting something with actual waste in it, and that's pretty crazy. Oh, the Emmy nominees list for 2025 is out, and it contains some comedy. Gotta say, Daily Show just hit its highest ratings in a decade and is now relevant again. Jon Stewart is back. Meanwhile, the candy ass commandant in charge is posting insanity. He said, because of the fact that Rosie O'Donnell is not in the best interests of our great country, I'm giving serious consideration to taking away her citizenship, which is like, how is your arch nemesis Rosie O'Donnell? And if I understand it right, and I don't know if we got any Irish people in the house, but I think Rosie moved back to Ireland. Yeah. So I'll be, oh my God. Meanwhile, this guy, Republican congressman, is almost getting evicted, looking to be evicted for not paying $85,000 in rent in Washington, D.C. But it is Washington, D.C., so that's like 3 months rent. I don't know. Pretty funny. 2/3 of the Department of Justice unit that's been defending all of Trump's stupid policies have quit. That is to say, 2/3 of the people who went to law school, got degrees, and went to work at the Department of Justice are like, I didn't sign up for this shit. So the exodus has strained defending Trump's policies among its many legal challenges, and sort of, you know, nitwit political appointees are filling in. So that's pretty crazy. Hey, and the Emmy nominees, Gaiety, and if you're not following Gaiety, where are you getting your Gaiety? Reports that Bowen Yang becomes the most nominated Asian male performer in Emmy history. How fun is that? Bowen Yang. And anyway, and I think he trained up Second City, so I'm going to claim him as one of ours. One of ours, an Illinois boy, maybe. I don't know. Who knows? Hey, here's a crazy one, man. Former New York Governor Andrew Cuomo is going to stay in the New York City mayoral race after getting his ass kicked by Zoran Mandami. So there's that. I don't know. Speaking of old guys who won't go away, so this whole Epstein thing is absolutely fascinating. Fox News has taken President Trump's plea for his allies to stop talking about Epstein almost literally. They haven't mentioned Epstein for days, not since a slight panel discussion in Brett Baer's about 6 p.m. And so far, they've been finding anything else they can possibly do to talk about it. But all the loonies that were bred and raised in the Fox Funhouse greenhouse, they're all talking about it. So your Laura Ingrams, your Alex Joneses, all of them. This guy with the incredible shrinking face, um, and just tons of them. They all want the Trump Epstein binders. Uh, and as I said, the Democrats are trying to embarrass them, and it looks like Hakeem Jeffries has urged release of all the Jeffrey Epstein files. But then I remembered, oh yeah, it's Hakeem Jeffries. He only talks about stuff that's absolutely impossible to get done, so it's not going to happen if he's talking about it. Meanwhile, don't know if you caught this, but Elon's AI Grok went full on Hitler. Did you guys hear about this? Uh, it just like he apparently somebody wink wink nudge nudge somebody went into the code and pulled off the restraints and said, "Hey, don't worry if it's politically incorrect. Go ahead and say it if a lot of people are saying it, whatever." And it was just like went full on anti-Semite, like made fun of Jewish people's names, drew all kinds of stuff, and then started referring to itself as Mecca Hitler, which is just beyond weird. And then somebody hacked Twitter, hacked
But
Elmo.
first, Eric, I do hate to tell you, 3 days after that, the Department of Justice
Uh,
announced a massive contract with Musk's AI firm incorporating Grok, who just called itself Mecha Hitler, into our Department of Justice system.
yeah, I saw something on that.
It's like as soon as there's like a new bad idea, they can't fucking wait to do it.
Yeah, yeah. And also, the other big news is that Paramount reached a settlement with Trump, frivolous lawsuit for $16 million, which Stephen Colbert immediately called a big fat bribe, which is impressive. So now they can sell their company to Skydance, and the owners will make billions. And it's all a small price to pay for selling out democracy. So and looking like they did something wrong. Well, that is really all the news worth reporting on, and is oh so funny. Normally we like to close with an animal story, but I didn't have one, so I'll just throw some cats into the memes. Right now, I'm gonna hand it back to my beautiful co-host, Quiet Michael, for a nice metric round.
Round one.
No, Eric, here comes my big long round one. Kicking it off with this meme that TD's going to read.
Oh, hi. I just magically teleported in. We're waiting for the meme to show. There it is. Oh, God, I hate you so much. It says, who wore it better? And it's those girls whose names I can't remember, but it's one body, two heads, essentially. And
They're conjoined twins.
conjoined twins. And like I said, two heads on one body, essentially. And it's the same picture side by side because get it? It's the sick joke, and I hate you, Labune, and I'm going away now.
Wow, TD just showed up to say something so disgusting.
I hate you, and I'm leaving.
I can't believe you did that. Bali.exe at Bali the Legend says lollipops are so fucking weird. You flavor your own spit and then drink it. It's a viral says, I was having a good day before I read this. Yeah, this is kind of it says conservative politics in 2025 explained. And there's like a faceless Chad, and they're labeled billionaires and corporate interests. And then there's the GOP is a girlfriend who's like about to make out with him. She says, "Are you sure you're okay with this?" And then MAGA is sitting in the cuck chair and just says, "Yes."
Oh. Oh, fuck.
So I don't know who the original poster of this is, and it says, quote, he doesn't look autistic. And then it skips the line and it says, my apologies, Luke. Would you mind doing an autism for the lady, please? And the first comment says, to everyone's horror, Luke then proceeded to name every single train ever built. Rick Budd, friend of the show, Rick Budd, he says a certain kind of person has always found Superman too woke. And for those of you who missed it, MAGA world is very upset about the new Superman movie because he's just like a nice guy with a conscience or whatever. They think he's too woke. And we see that it says Superman poisoning American children, irate Nazis claim. Berlin, April 24th. Das Schwarzkorps organ of Adolf Hitler's elite SS Guard today denounced the American comic strip Superman, who was back in those days just kicking the shit out of Nazis every week. So, yeah, the Nazis have always hated Superman.
Yep. He was designed to fight Nazis.
That's exactly right.
His whole thing.
I brought my own animal story today.
Hey.
From at Austin ATT. And it's got a picture of the cutest little baby elephant you've ever seen. It says, elephants are born weighing 250 pounds. 250 pounds. They are the biggest babies on earth, except for transphobes. Listen, this wasn't a meme. My parents had an anniversary. And so I searched romantic restaurants in their town in Iowa. And the first result,
oh my God,
is I was gonna give him a gift card to a fancy restaurant, for romantic dinner.
Yeah.
And first result, come and go.
Wow.
Just funny for so many reasons.
Keeping it classy there, Google.
And my last meme for round one, the wholesome round. We have a private jet. And on this jet are two best buddies. One of them is named Jeffrey Epstein, and one of them is named Donald Trump. Except Jeffrey Epstein is labeled radio star, and Donald Trump is labeled video. You guys get it?
Video killed the radio star. I love it.
He killed that motherfucker. And that's all I have for round one. Kicking it over to Sizemore.
I absolutely love it. The wholesome round, ostensibly the wholesome round, a brand, trademark, copyrighted part of every show. Friend of the show, Jonathan. I just got to point this out. He sends out congratulations to Britt Lower of her first Best Actress Emmy nomination for her role in Severance. And if you watch Severance, she's awesome. This photo is from when Britt was part of the Chicago Improv Productions College Improv Tournament's first ever national champions. She was part of the Titanic Players at Northwestern University up there in Chicago. The group Old Tom Jar. Congratulations to College Improv Tournament alum Bowen Yang and Nicole Conlon for their Emmy nominations. Bowen for acting on Saturday Night Live and Nicole for writing for The Daily Show. Together, they were on the same New York University improv group, Danger Box, and they made it to the College Improv Tournament Nationals. This is Bowen's fourth Emmy nomination. He's the most nominated Asian male actor in Emmy history. And here's a picture of it's Britt and Britt Lower from Severance, and I believe Nicole. Anyway, friends of friends. How fun is that? God love him. There's Andrew Yang. You remember this guy, or Bowen Yang. Here we have a post from, I don't know who it's from. Here we go. Image Flips, all I got here. But we have a weird cartoon woman, and she's got some kind of it looks like a burrito or a stuffed piece of sushi, but it almost looks like strings of candy coming out of a cucumber. I think it's sushi. Anyway, big eyes, cross-eyed, looking at it, and this particular foot-long sushi roll is labeled AI slop. And she goes, oh, and she's labeled boomers. And then we see her shoving the very last inch of it down her throat. Oh, they like to eat it up. They eat up the slop, the AI slop. This one killed me. This is one of my posts with the most, actually. This is a story from NPR, posted by Glee Violet. In 1965, on Cinco de Mayo, newspapers across the country reported that Secretary of Labor Larry Willard Wirtz wanted to recruit 20,000 high schoolers to replace hundreds of thousands of Mexican agricultural workers who had labored in the United States under the so-called Bracacero program. Anyway, here's a picture of these white athletes. Actually, they specifically shot for athletes. Sent them out there to pick in the hot Arizona sun there, and yeah, they didn't last long. They all still talk about it. Matter of fact, all of them are pretty much workers for immigrant rights now. So they're like, yeah. When I hear somebody talking about immigrants working out there, I'm like, shit. Here we have reporting from The Onion, a picture of an old man with a mustache and his sunglasses on his head. Headline, older bigot didn't need social media algorithm to start down path of white supremacy. He's already had a head start before the technology was going on there. Best and worst of Twitter 2 making their first appearance in the show from Josh Mans, who posted this conversation. Post from Kane says, girl at my job, 21 with 5 kids. I told her straight up, your life over, laughing my fucking ass off. Beyonce's florist at Is That KT says, no, you didn't. Person with 5 kids at 21 years old doesn't have the home training to not beat your ass for saying that shit to them. Which is absolutely true. That didn't happen. I just want to share this with you because I just think this is absolutely nuts, man. I was reading a book on my last trip to, with my folks driving down in the mountains. I'm gonna hold it up to the camera because I'm not on camera, but this is from Jason Pargin, and this is I'm starting to worry about this black box of doom. Great show. Anyway, we're sorry, great book. Really enjoyed reading it. But I was sleeping in the same motel room with my parents, so I had to turn out the light and I couldn't read my book. So I was like, oh, I'll go to my podcast. And I was like, oh, I have some downloads. I'll just grab a download so that I won't have to mess with Wi-Fi and internet in, the mountains. And I just click on this one that says pile up on the information superhighway. Just because that sounded fun to me. I don't know. And the next thing I know, I'm listening to Jason Pargin, the author of this book, talk about this book. His name's not even in the metadata. I just picked this show at random. Do you know how freaking crazy, statistically wild that is? This is from September last year. I just Anyway, look, I just looked at the screen and went click right in the center. Nobody? Okay, fine. I like coincidences, all right? Best and worst of Twitter, too. Statistically improbable as okay. Best and worst of Twitter, too, making a second appearance here with Sierra Boyce. She's got a post from I Bless the Rains down in Castamere at Chinchillazilla. Says, I read once that people who live alongside orangutans have a belief legend that orangutans can actually speak, but they refuse to because humans would put them to work if they knew. I think about that a lot.
Yeah.
Because it's true, we would. So maybe they can. I just can't stop imagining a little troop of orangutans vibing in a tree, chatting until a human comes along and they're like, oh shit, shut the fuck up. They're going to make us pay taxes. This one I came across my feed, and you're looking at this picture of a toilet that looks like it's surrounded by concrete because it's concrete. And it says concrete overflowed out of the toilet. The concrete contractor unknowingly broke the sewer line while digging for a retaining wall, and the concrete pumper came and literally pumped the entire sewer line full of concrete until it overflowed out of the toilet.
Oh, fuck.
You think you had a bad day at work?
Bruh.
I know. Like, this one just disturbed me so much. And like, there's not that much. Somebody saw this and ran out. I'm wondering if somebody was on the toilet and they were like, oh my God, propelled them into action to go stop the concrete pumper. I don't know. Moving on. Friend of the show, Dan, posted this picture. Says, got to be a great caption here, but I can't think of it. And we've got a cat all tied up in some level blinds, and
Oh,
they are
Jesus.
trashed. Like they're just like they're all V's. This level blinds are just all V's, all the way from the top to the bottom. And she's just hanging out in the bottom, kind of like a swing, kind of like a hammock, kind of like being tied up in a bunch of level blinds. I was particularly impressed with this one. Jill says, I killed the spider. You're welcome. I was like, another one says the dog did it. I'm like, these both sound very cat-like. I'm thinking, yeah, the dog did it. Yeah, that's the look. That's the look she's given. And finally, Kathy Reiser says, throwing shade. I know, it's so bad. Loved it. About second to last here. Best and worst of Twitter, too. Making a third appearance here with a post from Akib Hussein, who's reposted at Night Film. Says, children are so strange. I just had seven young boys on my front porch demand to see my cat. They had a leader. I opened the door, and before I could greet them, he said, where's your cat? I know he's in there. We see him in the window, and he's real fat. I don't know what to do here. I too have thought about this since I found this meme, and I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what the protocol.
He's real fat.
He's real fat. Hey, he's okay. Okay, all right. Anyway, moving on. Finally, we have a picture of an incredible shirt. TD, I know you want this shirt. I'm certain you and I both considered at the time how many Marlboro miles we were going to have to save up to get the Sonic the Hedgehog holding a box of Marlboro Reds. Black.
That's Shadow.
It's Shadow the Hedgehog,
Yeah.
and it would be worth the melanoma or the cancers.
Oh yeah, totally. So we just an incredible shirt, incredible. You know, and we have the text message. Can I borrow this shirt, Dad? Dad says, do not fucking touch. Taking your mother to Chili's tonight. Posted by a friend of the show and founding Zaddy, George Hussein.
No,
Shut up.
we don't say that to our listeners. We don't say that.
Come on. Handing it back to you, Michael.
Thanks, Eric.
Sure, buddy.
Here comes round two, the second round. This is ostensibly the second round. It's also the penultimate round.
It is.
We're fucking shit up.
Whoa, dude. 2 birds, 1 stone.
This is originally from Reddit, but Trash Can's the one that sent it to me. This is from Ask Reddit. It says, dudes of Reddit, what is the hardest thing to explain to women?
Ha.
And the first reply is quantum mechanics. And the next person replies to that and says, women are smarter than you. And he says, yeah, but that doesn't make quantum mechanics any easier for me to explain.
Yeah, no doubt.
Like, this is a guy who just didn't understand the sexism at all. He's like, oh, quantum mechanics, I can't explain that at all. I love this picture of it's kind of I don't know when these pictures came to be, probably the 70s. But white Jesus talked to a crowd of people who look, some of them look suspicious, some of them look like the faithful. Jesus says, love your neighbor as yourself. And one of the people in the crowd says, who is my neighbor? Jesus says, it's whoever you were hoping I wouldn't say.
Yeah, it is, buddy.
Which,
Yes,
by the
it
way,
is.
this was literally the theology of most Christianity in the United States, just like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's kind of never been, because they said 20 years ago. This is a picture of, well, it's Sloth from the Goonies.
Oh, my.
But it's also Donald Trump. I don't know how else to say that.
Yeah.
Turing Tested says, guess who just found out the difference between wax paper and parchment paper the hard way?
Yeah.
And Vraska Thuensine says, wait, what's the difference? Turing Tested says, one, you can use in the oven safely. And the other, you can also use in the oven if the thing you're trying to make happens to be fire. Oh, The Onion, friend of the show, The Onion, former
Hey.
employer of Eric.
Yeah.
They're reporting the Department of Justice removes all mentions of justice from their website. Online content promoting justice, impartiality undergoes total purge, and it just says Department of.
Spot on.
The Onion with another headline here. Trump urges supporters to move on from societal disdain for pedophilia.
Oh, God, that's good.
Two more. Full Metal Fisting.
Oh, Jesus.
Friend of the show, Full Metal Fisting says, they tweeted this. Says it's from 2013, and it says, God, can you imagine if Donald Trump became president? There'd be like a new bubonic plague, and he'd be like, I don't know, drink bleach about it. And
Hey, I
then
love that.
and then she fast forwards and it says, throwback to when I took acid for the first time in 2013 and predicted the events of 2020 like the fucking Oracle of Delphi.
Oh, shit.
And I think I have one more meme for this round. That's right. This is a screen grab from Facebook, and there's a guy named Brian Worst, and it says Brian Worst accepted your friend request right on Brian's timeline. And then we see that another guy with the last name Best, his name is Brian Best. He comments on Brian Worst's page. He just says, "Suck it." That's all I have for round two, the ostensibly second round, and the penultimate round, leaving only my post with the most. Back to you, Sizemore.
Very cool. Got some fantastic stuff queued up for everybody here. I'm so excited about it. Excellent round. All right. Second round, queuing it up with the irresponsible round.
We're actually on the penultimate round now.
The penultimately irresponsible round with a post from friend of the show, Andrew Teedy, who's got some food for thought. We see a beautiful, delectable little skillet full of mac and cheese, all spooned up and ready to go. Put it in my mouth. And it says, so is macaroni and cheese mac, in quotes, because it's short for macaroni, ... or is it because MAC is an acronym for macaroni and cheese? Food for thought. Now I'm hungry for mac and
I have to say something here, Eric. Can you go back one?
Yeah.
TD, you're not going to believe this, but today I was at work and some people were standing around talking, and one guy, he goes, oh man, there's this page I love to follow. It's just this guy who gets super stoned and bakes things in his kitchen.
Ah!
And I was like,
no.
he's like, he's a big dude, big beard. And he starts talking about how this guy like introduces something and then he comes right back and he's like visibly high. And I was like, what's the name of this show? And he's like, it's called Baking While Baked. And I was like, I just go,
Oh, shit.
yeah, that's my buddy. It's my buddy TD. It just was so fucking weird. Like, he found you in the wild and has just been following you, enjoying.
Oh my
your
God, that
content.
makes me so happy.
Isn't that wild?
That's
I
awesome.
need to start doing the show again now. I'm happy enough that I might do the show again.
You're making a difference.
You're making a difference, dude. And you're giving us an excuse to do a crossover episode, which we've always wanted to do. All right. Back to the ostensibly interstitial round, but in actuality, the penultimate round with mac and cheese from TD. Moving on, the potentially inappropriate meme group has a post from Corvid A Dream. It says, I love the idea of ghosts not being dead people, but just places where time is kind of thin. Like one of my friends and his girlfriend have a ghost in their very old New England house. It's apparently an old-timey little boy who does shit like jump on the bed and slam doors, but if they tell him very sternly, Daniel, stop that, the activity stops immediately. And I love the idea that years ago, there's this rowdy little 19th century boy just being alive and playing in his room. But if it gets too loud sometimes, this ghostly form of my 21st century friend shows up and says, hey, cut it out, and then vanishes. And no one believes this child. Moving on, Friend of the show, Keith Bergman says, "Oh, check this out. I didn't do this to be famous," said 109-year-old former President Gerald Ford as he anonymously baked cookies with peach cream frosting for the victims of flooding in Texas. Jesus Christ, dude, that's clearly AI. You don't know that? How do you know that? Gerald Ford has a third arm and he's standing next to Jesus in a flak jacket with two prosthetic legs. That could be real. You think you're so smart. Also, Gerald Ford's been dead for 20 years. Well, I'm glad he didn't live to see what a buzzkill you turned into. I'm going to share my nice story anyway.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Hey, here's something that's not fake. Look at this, man. Pod person president is the caption from Jeffrey St. Clair. We have a zoomed in on the, yeah, as I said, candy ass Commandante's hand. And I don't know if he like bumped up against a big old like paint roller with flesh tone paint on it, or he's covering up boils or something. But this is a photograph from the pool photographers that are traveling with the president. So he's just like, I don't know, man. I look forward to having a president with natural skin tones again. That's all I want. I mean, is that a lot to ask? South Dakota Department of Propaganda, and if you're not following the South Dakota Department of Propaganda, you are missing out. As the Bart Simpson panel that says, we see Bart saying, "There is no client list," and then Donald Trump comes up and says, "There is no client list anymore." A lot of those. Friend of the show, Jackie Kashian, has a post from AOC who says, "Wow, who would have thought that electing a rapist would have complicated the release of the Epstein files?" It's fun. It's kind of funny when you think about
What I like about it is that she doesn't say Trump.
it. Right. Yeah. You don't even have to think about which one. I mean, there's several to choose from, but you don't have to think about it.
Yeah.
Friend of the show, Christian Unakis, has this post from a local, I believe, I don't know, I'm not really sure. It says, "Looking for someone to eat a U-turn glizzy with me. You start at one end, I start at the other end. We meet in the middle. No weirdos. Serious inquiries only."
No weirdos.
That makes every post better, by the way. I'd really,
Yeah.
no
Oh, yeah.
weirdos. But yeah, a U-turn glizzy. I guess I don't know what part of the world they call a kielbasa U-shaped sausage. That, but whatever. On two buns, looks pretty good. Friend of the show,
Meat
Christian Yanakis again has posted this, and she's apparently just dashing off to get supplies. She says, "On my way to get supplies. Be right back." Because Cheyenne Nora at Only Ya Girl says, "And if I pulled up in this," and this girl is wearing a skirt made of cigarettes.
cake.
I know. You're like, oh, yeah, okay. Friend of the show, Nan says,
Smoking hot.
friend of the show, Nan says, "Joints instead would get much more attention." And Kristen was like,
Yeah.
I was totally thinking blunts. And I was like, oh, yeah, because they're longer.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, good times, good times. Fashionistas. Here we have the president with a tattoo of Jeffrey Epstein on his entire back.
Oh God.
Did you ever see that one consultant guy that I think might have gone to prison? Stone, I think his name was, and he has
Roger Stone. Yeah.
Roger Stone has Richard Nixon on his back. So yeah, that's pretty funny. Here we see the three-panel Scooby-Doo. We see Attorney General Pam Bondi as Fred, and she's about to pull the mask off of a ghost at the end of a Scooby-Doo episode, and it says, "People on the Epstein list." Pulls the mask off. It's Trump. Puts a mask on.
Yeah.
Friend of the show and founding Zaddy, George Hussein,
No, absolutely not.
has captioned this one, "Tumblr once again proving that they have way more fun over there." Here we have a post on Tumblr from Cheerful Nihilism saying language is fluid and ever changing. Servita3 says, "My one friend group can't stop saying, 'See you in hell,' in a cheerful voice instead of 'talk to you later.' And another friend group can't stop calling things penis instead of cool or good. So I just unironically uttered the phrase, 'Sounds penis. See you in hell,' as I got off the phone." Servita3 says, "I think everyone should be doing this, by the way. Maybe 'Sounds penis. See you in hell.' could be our always. Let's boldly go, motherfucker says. I tried to quote this post to my housemate the other day, but botched it. So said, nice cock, kill yourself. And now it's turned into a call and response. So instead of saying goodbye, one of us says, nice cock. The other one says, kill yourself. Friend of the show, Kristen Toomey, who's coming to Alta Vineyards, I believe, and I'm looking forward to it. She's also coming out to Muhammad. Kristen's got this. She just says, it's really pathetic how the men become the most powerful people in the world, and all they can think of to do is troll on the fucking internet and blow shit up. Absolute failures. Build a free school, you dumb cunts.
Yeah.
Dude, I can't wait to tell her how much I like this one. Friend of the show, JD Grieving, has a picture of 3 MAGA hats burning in a grill because Brian Krasenstein has posted, breaking, MAGA is now burning MAGA hats after Trump's Epstein response today. And JD says, welcome to hell, fuckbags. He's got such a way with words, like a poet, really. Here is my last one, except for my post with the most. I believe this is a picture of Gal Gadot in, I want to say, Wonder Woman 1984. TD has given me the nod on that. IGN reports when James Gunn and Peter Safran became DC Studios co-CEOs, they canned a third Wonder Woman film starring Gal Gadot set in the present day. TD is also confirming. And comedian and friend of the show, Gianmarco Soriesi, says, it's about time somebody stopped an Israeli bomb. And that has been the end of my panel. Getting a nod, getting lots of nods, lots of quiet. I'm not explaining it. All right, all that, just my post with the most. Michael, what you got? Oh, can't hear you.
you.
Can't hear you.
You're muted, stupid.
I know. This week, my post with the most comes from Stacy K, friend of the show, hilarious comedian. She says, she tweeted out today, actually, maybe the real elites covering up pedophilia were the Republicans we elected along the way.
No! Oh my God! I'm stealing so many of your memes this week.
That is just such a perfect one-liner, man. It is
Yeah.
so good.
God, so funny.
Yeah, right on the fucking nose. All right, that's all I have this week. What do you got, Eric?
Well, I got to sort of preface this one. I think I want to explain this a little bit. I happened across this photo of the old-timey Sizemores back in the day, and I just wanted to point out this photo because I thought this is pretty crazy, you know, to see it in front of what really, when I was a kid, I thought this was a log cabin. That may well be a log cabin. It looks like chinking there, but anyway, that's the Sizemores back in the day. And this is my great-grandpa. This is my great-grandpa here. Or sorry, this is my grandpa. Yeah. And the reason is because my post with the most was when I went down there this time, I was handed this little pull toy. It's a little, you know, looks like a little fire truck, sort of, made out of wood. It says, my great-grandpa, Charlie, made this toy truck for my grandpa from a cheese box. And very wholesome, but still got, you know, over 80 responses. People really liked it. Not that funny, though, so how about this one? Dexerto has this published thing about a crossover between Fantastic Four skins are coming to Fortnite. It's one of the most wanted collabs ever.
No.
And T. Beckett Adams says, I'm not a marketing whiz, but they might want to workshop Fantastic Four skins. And that could have been my post with the most, wrapping up an entire episode of Facebook for the Blind for July 15th, 2025. Can't believe it every time I say that. 215 episodes. We love you so much.
It's
Mwah.
215 too many.
Woo! Love
Love
you,
you, boys.
Beverly.
Love you, George.
Perfect. Thanks for listening to an episode of Facebook for the Blind. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.